Wizardry Renaissance.
Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Wizardry Labyrinth of Lost Souls. Last time we explored a fair amount of Sheen's Dungeon B8. But then the jerk monsters killed Cecily, who's our only character who knows how to res, so we had to beat Fee. I guess we could have just carted her corpse around, but she also casts Magic Wall, which is pretty darn important. So it felt like with her down, it was better to just abort the expedition entirely. But now we are ready to resume. So let's go ahead and turn the music down in preparation for rolling our own dungeon crawling music. Let's go. Get some buffs going. Once again, my cat has jumped in my lap. It probably won't take her long to get tired of me LPing instead of just showering her with affection. Man, Radar is missing so many of the good white magics. He doesn't have the low-level group heal. He doesn't have resurrection. All around unfortunate. I don't know if it's random when you're one of those half-caster classes which spells you learn, or if it's fixed. Where should we pick up from? Probably right here. I think this is where we left off. There. That time I remembered to go into immersive mode because I realized my peripheral vision was no good. We've been encountering a lot of these enemy groups. We focus down the basilisks. Ah, too bad they attacked the same guy. Because I'm pretty sure Radar would have one-shotted it. Alright, well now they're gonna get really wrecked. Dead. Dead. And dead. Nice work, team. Our highest priority is still to find a better item for Ridge, but I say it's a priority, but it's not like we can really do much to prioritize it. Unless I were to look up what monsters drop the best available weapons for him in the areas that we can currently explore, and then farmed for them. But I'm not doing that because our party can handle the challenges right now, and I'm far more interested in exploring new territory. There's the stairs down to the 9th floor. And as long as our party is not getting completely wrecked, we will... Oops, it is a friendly group. Goodbye. As long as our party is not getting utterly wrecked, we're going to continue rolling with the team as it is. A lone vampire is not a threat. 1,201 damage. Good grief, Radar. What was the strange we got before? It wasn't reagents. Another map of Sheen Base, that's right. That's what it was. We're accumulating a lot of these. I'd kind of rather have a map of, I don't know, Sheen Lower or whatever it's called, rather than redundant copies of that. It sells for a bit. But there are things to sell for far more. Encounter rate, please. Charge up. You to Izumi. They're gonna regen more than the damage he did, I think. It's so hard to read, but I think they did. I think he basically accomplished nothing. Poor Ridge. It's so useless right now. Well, it goes in bursts like that. A character is useless for a while, then you find a really good piece of gear and they suddenly become really good again. It ebbs and flows. It's kind of sad, though, how his other frontliners and even Izumi are just so much more deadly than he is. So much deadlier, I should say. Alright, just attack then. You're gonna keep failing at hiding. I was just vouching for you, Izumi. "38 hit points is a lot of hit points. It's not the most we've ever seen, but it's up there. So when they say unconscious, they must mean sleep status. Because it would be pointless to cure the KO status, that only lasts one turn anyway. So if you get KO'd, that turn's shot regardless. I don't think the tonic's going to do anything about it. So yeah, it must mean sleep. I was just about to say, suddenly it's very quiet. We get ambush, kill them all. Actually, good opportunity to focus. Oh no! We have fallen down to the 9th floor. I'll buy it right in front of the stairs, so we can go right back up. And I don't think we even need to warp. We're so close to unexplored territory. There was the trapdoor. Okay. Oh man, do we have to go into that nasty anti-magic zone next? Kinda looks that way. Oof. Gosh, that is gonna suck, because without the map, we can't really bring it up in the anti-magic, because the only map we have available is through magic, so... At least let's first explore around this area. No, that didn't take long. Okay. Well, let's come up with a plan. Let's do like a right-hand rule. Okay. That actually didn't warp us into the anti-magic area. Let's save first, just in case we get stuck in there and die. Yeah, right-hand rule it. We know there's a map in the middle of, or not a map, a warp in the middle of this room. Okay, and we found a hidden door. Probably still can't cast spells. Never mind. I'm wrong. We have left the anti-magic zone. Oh, there's a chest here. Okay. Bronze. Let's see if we can make it silver or gold. Silver. I'll take it. Desperate Strike. Shoes, staff, more shoes. Doesn't sound exciting. I was kind of hoping to hear, like, sword, plate, that kind of thing. Or sword robe. Alright, shoes plus 3 is not exciting. Hard staff plus 1 is not exciting. Game. And that was from a silver chest. Isn't that like the second best kind of chest? Because there's gold. I don't know if there's platinum. But a very good chest, very high level of chest, and what it gave us is utter garbage. Come on now, game. What was that nonsense? Okay, well, back into the anti-magic, and we right-hand rule it. Never mind, it's a one-way door. Okay, so much for that plan. We go in here and right-hand rule it. Let's try to keep our bearings. We can get out of the anti-magic by going through there, assuming that wasn't a one-way door. Actually, it looks like it was. Oh boy. Okay, luckily Radar hits like a truck, so we don't need magic to hit really hard. Rakia does too, and Izumi can one-shot things and hits pretty hard from Assassination. Basically what I'm getting at is the lack of a boosted Now Burst does not mean we have no offensive capability. And we can Magic Wall even in anti-spell zones. Oh! Valrus is dead. Huh. What was that? Kyoku-ga. Kyoku means like memory. Was he saying my memories? I'm not sure. Okay, that was a bad turn. Alright. Not ideal. Okay, a good level for Izumi at least. But that was a mess. Still an anti-magic, I'm sure. Yep. Okay. Okay, that teleported us to where? Somewhere that we have magic. Good. Okay, it teleported us back there. Fine. Gosh, that is evil. Let's see. Well, first things first, we have to resurrect poor Valrus. At least we didn't lose our Reser this time. Touch of Life. Oh, he's Ash. That's not good. Okay, he's not lost forever. What's his Vite look like after that? 17. He might have lost a point of Vite. I don't remember what it was before. So... okay. Rest of the party is fine. So... Radar, just throw some healing touches on him. Oh, wait. Never mind. He's fine, too. I didn't realize when you restore someone from Ash that they go to full hit points. Okay. Sure. We only wasted a first level slot, so it's fine. Fixed the formation. My muscle memory will be all messed up if Cecily is before Valrus. Okay, we didn't get any items or anything. How do we want to do this? So there's probably going to be a way to get to this thing in the middle. Maybe right in front here. Alright, well let's take a deep breath. I'm sure you're not thrilled to do this, Valorous. In fact, Cecily, you have more slots. You do it. Okay, just a wall. I'm predicting that there's going to be a secret door leading to this center area or something. Oh, okay. This is actually a dead end. Oh, we sense no malice from these creatures. They greet us cordially. They're stuck in here too. Hey guys. Sucks to be here in the anti-magic zone, doesn't it? Yep. Yeah, we just been wandering around here for a while. Fighting those jerk spear dudes. So I think this faces the center, right? If I haven't already lost my bearings. This will take us around for exploration purposes. Okay, the Archdemon is the scariest thing. The Basilisks are also kind of scary. But I don't think the Archdemon will live through Radar. It could. And Valorous might as well just defend. He's useless. Well, we did give him some attack items, but we'll save him for emergencies. $117, that thing just regenerated, so yeah. I'm not a big fan of the heavy reliance on regeneration to make the enemies more challenging. It feels cheap. It feels like compensating for poor game balance, to be honest. So it's probably one of my least favorite things about this game. Was at least at higher levels, and like I said, I don't know how long this has been going on. It's been going on for a while and I only noticed it recently, but at least at mid levels and possibly even before then, the very heavy reliance on enemy regen to increase the durability of enemy mobs just feels cheap. Like, just give them more hit points, you know? Because it's just straight up poor balance. Because with it the way it is, Ridge is basically useless, right? Because enemies just regenerate faster than he even hurts them. But at least if they didn't regen and they just had more hit points, then at least at that point he, he could wear them down over time. But yeah, as it is, the best he can do is help to kill something in one round, because whatever damage he does is just going to get healed in the next round. That feels a little lame, but it is what it is. It doesn't ruin the game or anything, so we'll deal with it. Wow, durable. Not durable enough to stand up to Izumi's assassination, though. "22 hit points is not a bad level, to be honest, and she got Vite, so that's save-worthy. Encounter rate, please. I just had a magic boost out of muscle memory. Okay, so the question mark is probably another Sheen base map, right? Honestly, at this point, I'd rather have reagents. I was wrong. It's Alias's helm. So the only one who doesn't have one is Rakia. 711. 5 minus 2, 4. But that gives Strength and Vite. And is good against a lot of enemies. And this is bad against creatures and doesn't give anything. Gives more defense. And better accuracy. Significantly better accuracy. This is probably better overall, though, the Alias's helm. I think so. With the stat boost and being good against a lot of different creatures. Creature types. Not to be confused with the creature type known as creature. I'm totally lost at this point. What is this? Whatever it is, we're still in an anti-magic zone. Not anymore. Good. Thank goodness, I was becoming completely disoriented. Okay, those are all teleporters, and I think we did get teleported into the center area, but it seems like there was nothing there. Interesting. So let's teleport to here, go around, and see if we can enter the southwest, because that's the only room we haven't explored. I'm gonna save first before we do that real quick. What an insidious area. It wouldn't be nearly so bad if we had actually found a map of the Sheen deep levels or lower levels, but we haven't, so... With no ability to bring up a map in here, it's real easy to get disoriented. Okay, so there's a secret door leading into the southwest area here. And there's a chest, okay. Is that all there is in here? Okay. Let's retry a few times until we get silver, even though clearly even a silver chest can give you complete and utter garbage. Okay, there we go. Maybe we'll get luckier this time. Cecily agrees, it is stun gas. Ring? Okay, a ring is potentially exciting. Saint Ring +1. The stats are not amazing. Gives Int, Piety, Vite, Special Plus, M Defense Plus, Special Defense Plus. Can't be used by evil. Good against quite a few creatures, but not human types. Pretty interesting ring. And it's equipable by bishops, lords, and ninjas. Can't be used by humans. So Ridge can't use it, he's not the right race or class. We could put it on Radar, he meets the race and class requirements, and so does Cecily. And actually so does Izumi, because she's a Porkloo ninja. So Izumi, Cecily, or Radar. How does it compare to what they're wearing? Probably better in a Seeker... Well, Vite and Luck. Int, Piety, and Vite. That's probably better. Oh, and all the special defenses, too. Let's not forget that. Yeah, that doesn't give any. The Seeker Ring. Izumi's wearing... Oh, the toolkit, right. With the technical skill plus. And finally, Cecily. She's wearing a Sage Ring. Definitely seems better in a Sage Ring. Maybe I'll give it to her. I feel like it makes the most sense, so she would benefit the most from it. Yeah, with that Piety and Intelligence up. And Vite, those are all good stats for her. Special ability, I think, would just make the ring break. Possibly give you, like, a stat +1 and then break. Not worth it. Yeah, I think this is best on Cecily. Now, should we give her Sage Ring to anybody? Sage Ring's pretty good too, not in terms of its accuracy +1 and no defense and no dodge, but... Oh, she and Izumi are the only two who could even wear it. Vite and Luck with mediocre stat boosts. Int and Piety and SP+, and good against a variety of... I still don't know what that means. Like they do less damage to you? I have no clue. Maybe it doesn't mean anything unless it's a weapon. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the toolkit's probably better. Yeah, alright, I'm happy with this. Okay, we actually got a decent item out of that chest. Level 22 basilisks. Their level is high. Doesn't matter, they're dead. Now we need to get out of here. 100%ing this is gonna suck. Okay, so now we're in the west. The western quadrant. If we do this, we can't. Okay, never mind. Now I'm disoriented again. We may have gotten teleported, I don't even know. I don't know where I am anymore. Oh! Greater Demons! We haven't encountered these guys yet. This is the enemy that can drop a shuriken, according to my document. I'm sure it's a rare drop. But, theoretically, they can drop a weapon that would be really good for Izumi. So that's something to keep in mind. They're pretty scary looking. But I think they're about to get pretty wrecked. That was not a lot of hit points on that guy. Oh, we got a strange. What is the strange? Probably not a shuriken. I have a feeling that would be identified as something else. Well, whatever it is, it seems pretty high level if Cecily's failing to identify it this many times. Sacrifice seal? What the crap is that? Encounter %+. So if you want to grind or farm, that would be an amazing thing to have. That almost feels save-worthy, except I'm concerned that I'll never find my way out of here and I'll die. That almost feels save-worthy, though. That's a really useful thing to have. I assume it's equipable. Yeah. Equipable by anybody. And it's an accessory. But yeah, if you want to have a ton of encounters, that is a good thing to have. That may not be quite as exciting as a shuriken, but it's actually pretty close. And it might be better. Because whenever we have to go do a bunch of farming and grinding, I'm sure you can easily imagine the time savings of having an encounter. Like, I don't know if it's every single step, but having a drastically increased encounter rate and not having to take 20 steps for each encounter. Okay, we're getting advantage or initiative a lot here, which is quite useful. I wonder if we should focus down the dragon first. Oh, it's dead. Wow, 140 damage. Not bad, Cecily. That's on par with what Ridge does these days. How embarrassing for Ridge. His svelte little elf girlfriend doing as much damage with melee attacks as him. Your man card, Ridge. You're in danger of having to turn it in. Level for Red R? Yeah, so-so hit points. Oh good, we're here. I think we can teleport out by doing this. This takes us to the center. Oh, and then I take a step forward and get teleported again. Oh god, I'm teleporting everywhere. I don't have a clue where I am. Okay, we're somewhere we can turn on the map. Thank goodness. Okay, we've mapped out most of that horror show. I really do want to 100% this, but you can see what a pain it's going to be. Certainly worth a save, I think. It may seem... Okay, sure. Is that a spinner tile? Yes. I hate to turn on Levitate knowing that it's just going to get turned off again immediately. It's just annoying. But we're spending an even higher level slot having to cure everybody, so fine. Levitate then, whatever. Okay. I really do want 100% this mess. It's gonna suck to do, but let's see if we can get it done this episode. So, my document wasn't lying. You can encounter the greater demons on this level. I was starting to doubt it. But they seem to be a rare encounter that you only run into in pretty specific places. And like I said, I'm sure that shuriken is probably quite a rare drop, so you'd probably have to fight a lot of them to get it. So there's probably better places to farm for a shuriken than here. This doesn't seem ideal. Somewhere you encounter greater demons more frequently. There might be other enemy types that drop shurikens too. There probably are. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do a thing. You're not gonna be able to see it, because it's in another window. But I'm going to write down the order in which I want to take steps to get through this mess, because I don't have a photographic memory. I'm going to forget what this looks like. So from here, we're going to want to go forward, turn left, forward, turn right, forward, forward, turn right, forward, left, and then we're out of the first room. Let me check that. Forward, left, forward, right, forward, forward, right, forward, left, yes. And then forward, and then we're out of the room. And then left, forward, right, forward, forward, right, forward, forward, right, forward, forward. And then we're in the southeast corner of northwest room. Assuming that we didn't hit a warp on the way, a teleporter. And there are teleporters in center of northwest and west. And from there, I don't know how to get to one of the other rooms, so... well, I see a way we could. From here, we could then do this. But who knows if we're going to hit another teleporter. But just in case we don't, from there, we would turn right forward, left forward, right forward, forward, right forward, left forward. And then we'd be back in the room where we can cast whatchamacallit. Arcane map. Okay. You know, this is honestly not that complicated, and that was probably unnecessary. I can just follow the flip and left-hand rule. But when I started doing that, I was thinking that I was going to be able to access more rooms, and it would be more confusing. Oh, there's not even a door here, guys. There's not even a freaking door here. Never mind. Okay, I'll take off the first forward off my list, and we have to teleport directly into the room. I feel that the one-way doors could be a lot better labeled. They're flippin' hard to read. Like, just have an arrow showing which direction the one-way door goes in, and not this... It's a slightly thinner door that's only on one side nonsense, because that's hard to read. Alright, let me just see if I can keep a mental map of where I am. Oh, that's apparently also a one-way door, so thanks for nothing there, game. I cannot read the damn one-way doors. I just can't read them. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can keep track of where I am. It's the fights that throw me off. If it wasn't for the fights, it wouldn't be that hard to remember where I am. I can keep a mental image in my head and update my position in that mental image. But once there's a fight, that just goes totally out the window. I've already basically forgotten where we were. You had no right to survive that many rounds. Wow, they're durable. I think that the door is on our left. Yes. Okay, and now we should be back in this room. I actually did manage to keep track after all. Okay, that was an awful lot of prep that didn't accomplish anything. Because I didn't realize that flipping one-way doors is nonsense. So we go in here, do a loop, and then, honestly, we just go in here and follow the left-hand rule, and that'll take us back in here again. Assuming that I've read the one-way doors correctly this time. Alright, turn right, left-hand rule, and we'll have explored all of this. The presence of those little windows helps, too. Okay, only a single dude. Get out of here. Oh, a treasure chest. It is an iron chest with no trap. We can't divine trap because that's a spell, and we're in an anti-spell zone. Alright, I'll trust you, Izumi. There was no trap. Tool, dagger. Antidote, not exciting. And just an ordinary dagger. Utter garbage. Door should be here. It is. Hi, Gold Dragon. Bye, Gold Dragon. Okay, once again I managed to keep track where I was, but it wasn't really that complicated. Okay. Can I read the flippin' one-way doors? So this is a one-way door leading into here? Yes, but we can't get back through it. But if I go in here in the left-hand rule, that should take me pretty far from the looks of things. Assuming that these aren't one-ways that I'm misreading. But yeah, left-hand rule should do us pretty well in here, I think. Alright, don't focus, because you can't cast a spell. Tried to throw radar. Nobody tosses a dwarf. Don't be such a drama queen, Valrus. Wow, that thing survived an attack from radar. Wow, we are struggling to kill this group for some reason. I don't know why we're struggling this much. Finally. Now we got into that fight as soon as I stepped through the door, right? Magic Drain. Oh, a sword. That's potentially exciting, but who wants to place bets it's just a long sword? No, it's a katana +1. That's still worse than the ice sword, so... Yep, not exciting. It's better than a longsword, but still. Okay, so anyway, we are in the eastern room, right? Now we're in the northeast. Now we're in the north. And the alcoves should be... No. I'm wrong. I've lost track of where I am. Okay, now we're at the alcoves. So this teleports me to the center room, was it? We still don't have the, our magic, so we're still in the anti-magic zone. Alright, Fire Dragon. But yeah, I mean, look at that guy. That guy needs to be a boss, not a random encounter. Come on now. It's a minor complaint. One of many minor complaints I have about a game that I love. As I always say, I love this game. Criticisms don't mean that I don't think this is a fantastic game, because I do, but we're all hard on things we love, right? There's a lot of little things to criticize about this game. And are we finally out of there? The just sheer oddness of encountering archdemons and fire dragons and giant hydras that fill the whole screen as random encounters is aesthetically not my favorite. Okay, we've almost done it. We just need to teleport to here, grab these, and I think we've 100%ed. Excuse me. Just step forward to hang a right, we warp, and we're out of there. We did it. That should be 100%. It is! Alright, nice work, team. I think that it is now worth heading back to town, doing a little logistics. Maybe we'll even read a few more bestiary entries, but yeah, nothing exciting is going to happen from here unless you find the logistics stuff and the bestiary exciting. So if you don't, probably safe to bail on the video now. But Cecily, take us home. Ah, the brightness, the peace, the calm, after being so long in that dark, dank, monster-infested hellhole. Okay, first we shall head to the guild and see if there's any interesting trades going on. Hardy Ring for Waking Ring, Sage Ring for Boomerang. No, neither of those are exciting. Because we already have a Boomerang. The Waking Ring isn't bad by any means. The Hardy Ring is probably better, although the Waking Ring does give Piety, Agi, and Luck. That's almost a tempting one, but that regen is useful. Oops. And what else does the Hardy Ring give? Well, it's 101 Vitality and Regen versus 101 Vite and Regen versus 301 Piety, Agi, Luck, and SP+. Oh, it could only be used by Izumi though. So probably a Nah. I'm thinking that's a Nah. I don't have any circlets or amulets. I do have feather caps, but a feather cap for a mace is garbage. Do I have a claymore in storage or anything? I'm just surprised that I can't buy one. Because I'm sure I would have sold one at the store. But nope, no claymore. Oh, I do have a spare set of fairy gloves. Did anybody want more fairy gloves? No, no one wants those. I really wish that they refreshed the available trades a bit more. Or that you could just choose to refresh them if you think they suck. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to just spam that endlessly. That would be abusable, but if you could choose to refresh them after a certain number of fights or a certain number of time, certain amount of time in the dungeon or that kind of thing, that would be nice. Anyway. Oh, look at that, 85,000. Honestly, I think it's probably worth that. Or maybe even more. It's so useful if we need to farm or grind, which certainly the time will come when we do. I'm going to hang on to that half plus 6. With that plus 6, it's worth far more than 350G. Did we get another Sheen base? We did. Okay, and we're now up to 1,411,000 G. We're really raking it in quick at this point. Okay. Go ahead and top everybody off, Cecily. A little overkill, nobody was all that hurt, but that's fine. Valrus is a bit close to a level, nobody else is, really. Yeah, I said we were going to look at the bestiary a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. We haven't checked it in a little while. Hatamoto, this guy's new. Culture of the samurai is very foreign and not well known in this land. Yeah, that's why there's a ninja class, a samurai class, and we run into oriental warriors in the labyrinth all over the place. The Hatamoto, apparently, are members of the samurai under a lord who possess noble blood themselves, similar to noble vassals under a lord in our land. They protect the flag of their masters as an elite guard, and are therefore somewhat more skilled and powerful than others of their kind. Okay, I don't think any of the rest of these are new. Oh, have we read Assassin? They're not masters of their trade by any right. These assassins have gained training in the way of the ninja, and if not careful, unwary adventurers have been known to be taken down by a single well-placed blow. Their speed is their greatest asset, and they boast the ability to dodge the attacks of warriors and perform strikes on mages as they prepare their spells. They specialize in group tactics, so though they may not be seen at first, it is not uncommon to engage many at once. I don't remember reading that. What about this? Mostly brainwashed by the dark priests of the labyrinth, many have lost their identities and will attack relentlessly, so caution is advised when dealing with them. I don't remember reading that either. Rigorous training. Regarded as anti-paladins, but in truth they are an order of knights with an obsession with beauty, in which they seek what they consider to be a beautiful death. Interesting stuff. Do we read any of these? I don't think we did. I just remarked that Spectre was an odd choice to name these. I almost wonder if it's a mistranslation. I wonder if in Japanese this category is yokai or something, which can be translated any number of ways from like goblin to demon. But that would make more sense than Spectre. Anyway. Orc, the most prolific of the common monster races, the Orc tribes have spread nearly worldwide. They possess no special abilities, and their savage nature leads to fragmented and disorganized groups. But they are extremely fertile, and they can procreate with other species in order to further the race. That's dark, leading to brutal raids on human villages. Yeah, that's really dark. They're not a huge threat on their own, but do favor large groups. Goblin, the most docile of the common monster races. Goblin is the only race that is not actively anti-human. Some goblin tribes even embrace a culture of commerce, trading in secret with the common humanoid races. Relatively intelligent, and some can speak in the common tongue, if not particularly well. Even though there are many cases of non-hostile goblins, it is suggested to be approached with caution, and the ones in the labyrinth mostly seem pretty hostile. Goblin priests. Although goblins do not practice any known organized religion, some goblins have secretly studied the holy magics of other races, gaining the blessings of the less discriminating gods. That's a little rude. They can employ healing magics to restore their health and prefer large bludgeoning weapons. They appear to have a strong sense of faith, but is considered likely a mere imitation. Kobold, the next most varied of the common monster races with a multitude of breeds, similar to dogs. They have canine faces and some even resemble chihuahuas or Doberman pinschers. Though they do vary in look, however, all kobolds are still at the bottom rung of the food chain. Bubbly slime, similar to amoebas but with a size large enough to completely consume an entire adult human. They do appear to be an enormous but single-celled organism and can be easily avoided but are poisonous to the touch. The poison is used to weaken its prey, which it then consumes and slowly dissolves. Adventurers who do not wish to be eaten are advised to go for the nucleus or simply escape quickly. Venus Mantrap. Recommended that if you are suddenly taken by an oddly appetizing scent in the woods or in damper parts of the labyrinth, that you should keep an eye out for the Venus Mantrap. This enormous colorful flower is carnivorous and attracts its prey with a sweet scent, then consumes them whole. If they are found to fill an entire passageway, magical fire is suggested as an appropriate method of pruning. Ooh, look at these demons. Whole lot of demons that we haven't encountered yet. Greater demon. Pretty cool art. I love the art on that guy. With advanced magical ability and a distinct resistance to spells, this demon is in the highest echelon of its brethren and poses a very real threat to even the most seasoned adventurers. Another thing that would probably be better as a boss rather than a random enemy, but whatever. With potent offensive magic and a stone-like hide that shrugs off most regular attacks, it is dangerous enough to add in the fact that its claws cause paralysis, and it should suffice to say that only those truly sure themselves should attempt to engage one. Archdemon, regardless of the fact that the larger part of their power is sealed away while in mortal form on this plane, they're still one of the largest demonic threats one can encounter. They're adept at magic usage and also particularly resistant to spells, coupled with a huge difficult-to-damage body. Inexperienced adventurers could find themselves unable even to scratch these behemoths before being torn to shreds. Brutal. Lesser Demon, also pretty cool looking. Like I said, reminds me of a four-armed gargoyle from D&D. Preferring to travel the labyrinth as a floating ball of red flame, Lesser Demon takes a more traditional creature form, only when interacting with other beings, or apparently when trying to tear them limb from limb. Alone, a Lesser Demon is not particularly difficult to dispatch for seasoned adventurers, but be wary if they are traveling with a white ball of flame, as these are the much more powerful Greater Demons, Succubus. Succubus is a well-known form of demon, though its high profile is most likely due to the fact that unlike many other demons, they stalk their prey by assuming an appealing form and allow the target to come to them. Once they have come in contact with their prey, they can completely drain the energy from an unwary adventurer. Beware also their uniquely powerful magical ability and resistance. And also they are apparently the comedy story bosses of the side quests. ARP. A shapeshifter that is commonly seen in the form of common animals like cats or birds. They also and it is wearing a witch's hat, which is kind of adorable. They also possess the ability of turning their bodies transparent, which appears to be another preferred form. They have an odd tendency to extend a long tongue or transform into snakes or worms to crawl into the mouths of sleeping adventurers and cause intense pain from within. Well, that turned into body horror all of a sudden. Dark Rider. The more dramatic adventurers tell tales of dark horsemen wandering the halls of the labyrinth that appear suddenly to take the heads of unwary travelers. However, these low-level demons pose much less a threat than the legends. But they are an order of horsemen regardless, and their raiding platoons are more than enough to justify a cautionary tale. Well, there's still more that we haven't read. Only a couple categories, though. We'll save that for another time. Interesting stuff. At least I think so. I love all the flavor text. It's a lot more interesting than when you just get no information at all about the enemies. It's really cool. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Only 2 levels of Sheen's Dungeon left to go. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? But before you feel like we're nearly done with the game already, don't forget that there's still a few levels of the Dungeon of Trials to go, and we haven't explored even a single square of the deep levels, which is another 10-floor labyrinth. So, in reality, we've still got quite a ways to go. Next time, we will continue delving even deeper into Sheen's Labyrinth. I'll see you then.